Hey guys, my name is Bonnie and I'm a recent graduate from Monaco Now Academy. So originally the reason I started training is because I was a makeup artist and I was thinking to add another service on the side to increase my income other than just doing makeup. And I thought Now was like the perfect combination to do with it because makeup is very timely. You get people come in for special occasion and they are not likely to be repetitive customer compared to nails where your customer normally come in every 2 to 3 weeks to get their regular appointments. So I thought having a combination of regular clients for nails and one of clients for makeup will be perfect for my business. I think one of the hardest things to finish this course is to really focus on what you're doing, because I know a lot of girls that are doing this nail course who are either working full-time, part-time, or already having a job on the side, and this is really using your spare time to study something else, which could be hard, or someone who's going through job changing, which I believe a lot of girls want to start working for themselves, and being either unemployed or thinking of quitting your full-time job could be a very stressful period. It is very common to be caught in this stressed out mood while you're doing this course because of whatever reason that you're doing this course. So I think one of the hardest things for me was that as well, to really focus and put my mind onto this and to really concentrate on what I'm studying. It is so important to focus on it because you're doing, quite an intense 4-day weekend training, and every day you learn so much that you need to absorb. Otherwise, you're not going to remember or put them into practice that well. One of the best part of Monaco is definitely the community. I feel like everyone in the group just have such positive vibes and everyone really encouraging each other and cheering each other up, which I've joined some other Facebook groups as well, but I've never seen such positive things from everyone. I know a group of girls sometimes can get a bit intense and bitchy, but I've never seen any of that in Monaco Facebook group. And even in a class as well, everyone is so friendly to each other, so supportive, and I think that is really, really important when you're learning a new skill. So I set my assessment as soon as you possibly could, which is within 6 weeks. And very fortunately, I passed everything in one go. So one of the biggest thing about assessment that I would tell someone else that hasn't set it yet is to really get tons of practice. Do your portfolio, do your practice at home before you do assessment, because that is what gives you confidence. I know a lot of people, when they're under pressure, they are not doing as well as normally. So in that case, you need extra confidence so then it covers your nerve on the actual day of assessment. So I'd highly recommend to do as much portfolio as possible. I finished my portfolio before the assessment, so I got tons of practice out of that. And another tip for assessment is to really read through the marking schedule in your textbook, because it really shows you everything that you'll be marked on, and it is really important to understand the marking sheet and make sure you cover all these areas that is listed on there. And the third thing about assessment that I want to give tips for is timing. I am very slow whenever I want to make things perfect. So I sort of have to ditch my perfectionist a little bit on the day just to make sure I actually get it done instead of, spending ages to refine all the details and stuff. So timing is definitely important, because if you're behind, your work might not be completed and you might lose a lot of marks for that. When I very first started the course, my confidence was probably between 4 and 5, because I've never done anything like gel polish, acrylics, or hard gel ever. So all I had was traditional polish experience. I thought I was quite good at traditional polish anyway, so I felt still a little bit confident at the beginning, even though I've never touched any of the things that we were going to cover in this course. And at the end, once I finished everything, I felt like my confidence level was definitely between 7 to 9. I wouldn't say 10 yet, because I still need a lot of practice to get it perfect. But I think going through the assessment, and especially the portfolio, because you have to do a lot of sets of all the different enhancement to finish your portfolio, that really get you tons of practice. And your confidence level just come from nothing to a quite high level after all these practice, because practice makes perfect. It works. My top tip for anyone who is about to start this course is not to set your hope up too high, but also don't beat yourself up. I've seen both scenario and it happened to me as well. I think having the right mindset is so important to study this course, because I believe most of people is very new to acrylic and hard gel extensions. It is something that we haven't played around just at your spare time. And it is very different to what you think, because before I studied acrylic, I've watched lots of like videos on YouTube and Instagram. They just made everything seem so easy. Like you just put the product on and pat it and it'll just go everywhere you want it to go. And it was so different to what I imagined when I first touched acrylic in the class. And I was kind of shocked because I had high expectation that I can get right straight away, but I didn't. It took me so long to finally understand how acrylic works after a lot of practice and my own time. And for the hard gel, I had the opposite mindset because I did so crap for acrylics at the beginning. I thought hard gel was going to be really hard for me as well, but actually it was the other way around. I found hard gel was very easy to just grip my hands onto it. But some other girls find it's harder than acrylic. So it really is up to each individual. So don't give yourself a judgment before you touch any products. Just keep your mind very neutral, and then that way you have a very good attitude to learn these new products. I've very recently graduated from Monaco because I finished my course within 6 weeks. So I've only studied now probably in the last 2 months, and before that I've only played with traditional polish on myself and hasn't really done other friends' nails or anything. But after the course I feel very confident because the amount of knowledge I have, and I've practiced everything. I haven't just done acrylic, but I've also done hard gel, and knowing the chemistry behind them just made me really confident. So at the moment I am about to move into a studio and to work full-time for myself. There are so many amazing women on Instagram that does absolutely incredible nails. I can't just really pick one favorite, but there are quite a few accounts that I follow quite regularly and I just love their work. One of my favorite girl is Nails by Kirsten. She is from New Zealand, but she's currently living in Melbourne. She does such amazing nude neutral look, and they're very chic and elegant, like the sort of style I like. And her work is so precise. Like her lines are so straight and perfect and thin, and none of her work just ever have any flaws at all. So it's really amazing seeing someone has such amazing skill. And the other lady that everyone knows, which is Leah Light, she's definitely the most famous New Zealand nail artist out there, and her work is just very inspiring. Like she has the same sort of very high standard as Kirsten as well. Their work is like so perfect. There's no flaw that you can point out from their work, which is something that I love to work towards as well. And I think Leah Light overall is just very smart and very good at marketing her work and her studio and stuff like that. So she's an amazing woman to learn things from. I'd highly recommend Monaco Nail Academy to anyone who's about to study nails, because I did lots of research before I did the course, and I have seen lots of successful women that has graduated from Monaco compared to other nail academies. I feel like the whole community is so supportive and positive, and the tutors are very knowledgeable, and then they really encourage you, they really cheer you up throughout your study, and I think that is very important. And also amount of knowledge they teach you throughout the course, because I feel like knowledge is the key to confidence. If you don't know everything about what you're doing, then you don't feel as confident of what you're doing. So they teach you everything from doing nails, enhancements, deluxe upgrades, and then you get to know all the nail anatomy and chemistry behind all the nail products, which is very, very important. And I really enjoy doing this course and meeting all the amazing women throughout the journey, and I'm very grateful for that. So that was everything. I hope I covered all the questions that you might have. And you can follow me on Instagram, Nails by Bonnie Ho. If you have any more questions about Monaco, I'll be more than happy to answer your question. See ya!